What you think about the Young Thug and Gunna situation?
Hmm. Very interesting. What people need to know, I know they say snitching is bad. Oh, he's a snitch. But if you really, let's go do our homework. I always do homework. If you go back to the Al Capones and the mobs in New York City, all those guys were snitches. Every last one of them. What people don't understand to this day, that snitching is a big business. I read an article that the feds got so many people on snitching, the salary is $1 billion a year. That's how big the payroll is for informants. So from 6ix9ine snitching to Gunna snitching, did they do what's right for them? Yep. Because one day when they're 80 years old, nobody's going to care. Nobody's gonna look at you. You make it that long in life and say, "Oh, fuck you! You was the dude that snitched." Nobody cares. In the next 10, 50 years, nobody's gonna even mention it. I just wish Gunna and any artist who is trying to become an artist, become the artist. Get the try, be talented, have fun, travel the world instead of staying in the hood. And you want to help your people. But Dr. Dre said it best. He said, be heard but not seen. So you still can help your people, but you got to stay away because your own people take you down because you're successful. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. And it's bad. So I hate that Gunna is going, I mean, not Gunna, I hate that Young Thug is going to have to do some time. But I said this a while back too. Whoever's attorney is, see, when a client is miserable in pain, that's an attorney's dream because they play on your energy and your emotion, right? Oh, we could take this to trial. I know we could beat this. The state, the government don't have nothing on you, but they got something on you. So what a client has to do is tell the attorney, look, nah, they got me. But let's make a deal with the prosecution because now you control your life. Here's my point. You come back and say, hey, I'll do 50 years. They might say yes. Because once you go to trial, you could get life. Say, hey, you know what? I don't want to do life. You can go back and forth 2 or 3 years. However, we're going to make a deal. We ain't got to go to trial, right? Because I already know they offered Young Thug a deal. I know they did. So my point is, let's start negotiating a deal. We're not going to go to trial. I'm not going to embarrass people because what kids don't understand, once you go to trial, you get the max if you lose. You get the max. Since I know they got me, I'm going to control what's going to happen to me. So I'm going to tell my attorney, make a deal. Mr. Kirkland, they want to give you 65. Nope. Continue it. Come back to the table again. They staying firm on 65. Nope. Let's try to get it together. And you could get ready to go to trial, and they know that you still feel animate about being guilty. Guess what? They might give you the 50 with no parole. He's going to lose his case because the taxpayers' money, it's a lot of money going into the state to pay for this. And Young Thug is going to be broke when all this is over because the attorneys is milking him. I put money on it. They milking him. They talk about special investigators. They talk about fingerprint people. That's how they get you. And everybody is in cahoots with each other. Oh man, I'd have never took this shit to trial. I'd rather be a rich nigga in prison than a motherfucker who got locked up and poor. Because if you go to jail and you're rich, nigga, you really can have the world. You especially get the right setup. You go to the right prison, you can really be the man, and you get people to work for you with that kind of money.
And speaking of snitching, right? What you think about Boosie and T.I situation?
I love both of them. T.I.'s a friend. Boosie's my friend. Um, I think Boosie got a little carried away a little bit. I think because, Vlad set him up and Boosie just went off. Because that's what happens in interviews. You get caught up in the emotion you feel you need to say, but in actuality, he should have controlled his answer, because once it comes out your mouth, it's taken the wrong way, because everybody doesn't have common sense. Everybody doesn't hear the answer the same way you are giving the answer. So you got to pick and choose your words. I'm sorry. But I will say this, T.I., because you're my man. I love you. T.I. brought his paperwork with him, but I've seen fraudulent mortgage papers. I've seen fraudulent papers for fake ID. I've seen fraudulent papers there. So people stop saying, I got my paperwork, because paperwork could be fraudulent too.